is the moment, tonight is the night.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Meow Analysis coming at you with an update video on Bitcoin. And so let's get right into it. Bitcoin is now entering one of the most important zones of the entire cycle. Today's price action is huge, so let's break down exactly what is happening. Bitcoin is now trading around 82,800, down more than 4% on the day. And we've officially broken below the mid-range support and entering a major demand zone we've been watching for weeks, okay, which is the 83 to 91,000. Now, I know the price action is below this target right now, but if this ends up being a wick, then you can expect some sort of bounce and relief rally, which hopefully we get, because I mean we're extremely oversold on the RSI, which we'll get to later on in this video. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm hoping we do get some sort of buyback, getting price action over 83,000, and then from there hitting resistance at 91,000, making a lower high and coming back down and doing that whole spiel for the duration of this bear market, which I think is going to be like 2 to 3 years, but we'll see. So the critical demand zone right now, the price has now tagged 83,716, 616, which is the lower boundary of the high time frame demand zone. This area between 83.6 and 91.3 has historically been one of Bitcoin's strongest reversal zones. Okay, you're still making a higher low, you're still maintaining structure, you're still making higher high. Very crucial. Once this area doesn't hold, next landing pad, obviously coming up, getting a relief rally, getting stuck. Next landing pad for Bitcoin is going to be around $70,000. That's just my opinion. Every time we enter a zone like this during the previous bull phase, which has been since I guess like August all the way to now, excuse me. Every single time Bitcoin has entered a zone like this during the previous bull phase, it produced massive bounce rallies, sometimes 30 to 50% moves. So that doesn't mean that it's going to go make an all-time high. It just means, hey, like we might be in for some sort of correction and some sort of bounce, given that we've been basically bearish since October, and we're already down 35%, which is insane, over the last month. So keep that in mind. So this entire drop started after BTC rejected cleanly off 96 to 100 and 1,900, which was macro resistance. You can see on the chart that this level has acted as a huge supply block, and once again price got pushed down immediately. So even though Bitcoin has dipped hard, the EMAs 20, 50, 100, 200 are still stacked bullishly on the higher time frame. Okay, we're now testing the EMA clusters above, which is normal during a bull market correction. As long as we hold demand zone, structure still remains intact. We just need to, obviously we broke down here back in August of 2024. We broke down here in March of 2025. And then maybe this will be a look back. Maybe I'm wrong and the bear market hasn't started, and we actually do look back and say, oh, look, this is another correction before the next leg up. We were below the cluster, and now we're back over it, and we're very, very, very bullish. The RSI on the daily is now 33, which is lower, the RSI on the daily is now around 33, with the lower wick dipping all the way down to around 21, okay? This is the deepest oversold reading since we've had in early 2022. So like obviously if you look back in 2023, right? Very, 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 very deep correction here, okay? And historically, these levels have been major buy signals during the uptrends. But keep in mind, if we're in a bear market, you're making lower highs and lower lows. So although we are oversold, and we have been oversold here, and we made higher highs and higher lows, if it is the bear market, just keep in mind, you're going to be making a lower high and a lower low, and you're going to start a downtrend, like you're going to start a channel forming for the next like 2 years or however long it takes before you eventually break out. Even here, you could look back and say, hey, oh my God, we made lower lows, lower highs. before we finally broke out. So just keep that in mind. So the RSI being this oversold doesn't guarantee that we're going back up to previous highs in 139. It just means that for me at least, and especially buying Bitcoin and starting my position and trying to get to 1 Bitcoin during the bear market, this would be theoretically a good time for me to buy, which I'm actually going to do day 2 of becoming a Bitcoin Maxi. And again, the reason why I'm doing that is because we are extremely oversold on the daily. And I know I'm buying the top, but like I said in my other video, so just bear with me. Don't jump at my throat. It's only $100, or at this point it'll be $82 or whatever it'll be. So what happens next? Here are 2 scenarios. Bullish case scenario: if Bitcoin holds 83,000, a strong bounce is likely. The first target is 88 to 90,000, which is retesting this key area of support, which has now flipped resistance. The main target is getting over 96 to 101,000, because that does put us through the first exponential moving average at 20, and it does signify a closer breakout once we do get over that. So the bad thing is that if Bitcoin does lose 83,600, which we haven't closed under it yet, and I do think we are going to get a green candle that pushes, or at least the giant wick, but the candle close is going to actually close over 83.6. That's what I think. We are in for, if it doesn't do that, then obviously we're in for a significantly lower push. We could see a deeper correction before a continuation or before any sort of bounce. And that correction, I put it at 70,000. So my accumulation plan: Bitcoin dipping in this zone is exactly what I've been preparing for. I'm continuing my journey to accumulate 1 full Bitcoin during this period. This is the zone where I will be adding more. So let's go do that right now. So we're going to click on Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see I'm already $11 down from my 95,000. I did tell you guys I bought a little bit too high, but again, it's only $100, right? So let's see. We're going to buy. We're going to market order. We're going to buy again 0.001 Bitcoin with my available funds, and yeah, let's do it. Bam. Orders pending. Orders pending. There we go. So now my average. You see how crazy my average? Did you guys see that? My average literally went from $95,000 to $89,000, and now I have $165 worth of Bitcoin, or 2 1,000ths. So in my first video I wrote 1 100th. No, it's 1 1,000. So I'm 2 1,000ths into Bitcoin. Obviously you guys are probably gonna think like this is gonna take forever, but I don't think you guys have to understand this is gonna be a long, dragged out bear market. When Bitcoin is bearish, everyone always thinks it's gonna go up the entire way down. Okay. So obviously most of my capital is going to go in where I think it's going to hit between $10, $20, $30,000. And I know you guys are calling me crazy. If it never goes back down that low, it's okay, because I've been accumulating, right? It's okay. It doesn't have to. But where I would feel comfortable putting in like thousands and thousands of dollars would be at those lows, because obviously I'm not going to buy the top, right? I'm making content. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I guess let me know what you think. Is the Bitcoin bottom in, or do you think we will dip lower before the next leg up? Drop your thoughts in the comment, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my journey to 1 BTC. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video if you watched this entire time. I really do appreciate the support. I do appreciate the positive feedback in the comments I get for finally, after 7 years of being in crypto, finally starting my Bitcoin position. It's never too late, right? Even back here, people that thought it was too late at $10,000, $20,000. Hey, look, we went up to 123. So I'm never dollar cost averaging down any other coin but Bitcoin. This is going to be my coin. This is what the channel is going to turn into. I'm going to accumulate hopefully one Bitcoin during the bear market, and then and I will sit here feeling comfortable that, hey, I bought at 95,000, I bought at 82,000. At least if it goes down, I know that in the next 2 to 4 years, I'll at least get my money back, because Bitcoin will at least go back to those prices, and it's because historically it's done that 100% of the time. So that's why I'm making this pivot and this transition. Again, thank you so much. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you in the next video.